And we are live. Hey guys, what's going on? Are we live? Let's make sure we're live. Hey everyone. Just let me know if you can hear me okay. How's the sound? Sound okay? Hi Debbie. Hi Carol. Hi Tammy. It's a busy tax season. Yeah, I still got to do those. Hey Dawn. Hey everyone. Hi Carlina from Texas. Hi Becky. What's up Leo? Hey Bobby. All right, so we're trying something new today. As you can see, I finished my wheel. I actually bought this thing on Amazon for like 20 bucks. And this is actually all cardstock, believe it or not. Mike is texting me. Anyway, so I cut these all out, and it's pretty cool. So what we're going to be doing, I kind of figured out that we're going to kind of make it a multi-social thing. So to enter, we're going to have you enter on Facebook. Okay, so if you're not part of the group, you can join the group, or you can enter, sorry, getting distracted here. You can either enter in the Dreaming Tree group on Facebook or on our actual business page. Mike will post the links to both. And today, actually, you can still do this now. If you're just tuning into the live right now, you still have time to go over to either of those pages, whether it be the group or the official page. And today we're just doing keyword memento. Okay, so hashtag memento. You need to find the posts for the live. I'll actually show them to you so that you know what you're looking for. Here, let me show you here. Here we go. Yeah, so on the official page, it looks like this. It's got a picture of the wheel with the hashtag memento. So find that post on either the official page or the group, and then do hashtag memento, and then come back to the live, because we're going to actually spin these live. Or we're going to spin the wheel live. We're going to pick names. Mike's going to text me the names, the random names that he's selected, and I'm going to spin it for you, and we'll see what happens. There we are. All right, Mike's got the post there. So anyway, hi Stephanie. Hey Les. Could it be anything else other than cardstock? Nope. Made it out of cardstock. It's a print and cut, actually. So it came out really nice. And then I just used a little marker in between to make it look pretty seamless. I thought it turned out nice. So anyway, today we're going to go over a couple things in Design Space. Well, first off, let me just kind of preface this by talking about the new bundle. We did some cake toppers, and I'm actually going to take and modify this one here today. Let me switch over. Sorry, my nose itches right now. I don't know why. Okay, so here is one of the cake toppers. This is the anniversary one, and what I'm going to do today is actually take and customize this. I'm not sure if you guys are aware. Oh, that's me. Let me move this out of the way. We're going to take this and make a custom one for this section here. And we're going to accomplish that with a font that I found. Okay, so Mike, if you can post the link to the font that I found. It's called Stencil Love. So let me actually just discuss this real quick. You'll notice that on our version here, these are kind of like stencil letters, because typically if these little sections are not connected, they'll fall out, and you'll have to, just try to glue these tiny little pieces, usually the insides of these letters, like an A and the R and the A and the R. Okay, so that can be kind of tedious. And the font that I found works pretty good. There may be some other stencil fonts that you can find that you may want to use. But this is the one that I found. Mike's going to post the link to it. Let me show you what I found here. This is on a website called FontSpace. It's free for personal use. I already downloaded it. There's a free download button here. Okay, and once you have it downloaded, let me close that. It comes in a zip file, and to install it, you simply unzip it. Now this is on a Mac. The process is pretty much the same on a PC though. Okay, so here is the font, and I double click on it, and I install it. Okay, and Stencil Love is there now. Very simple. That part is very simple. If you're not sure how to install a font on your computer, you can always go to YouTube and probably just find a quick video that shows you how to do that. Okay, so I'm going to go over that first, and then I'm also going to share one more little tidbit with you guys to make life easier for you when you're working with our projects. Many of you probably already know how to do this, but I'm going to show you anyway because I'm sure that some of you don't. But I'm opening up my Design Space right now, and I'm going to go through this here. One second. Okay, so I'm going to open up a new project. Let me go over to my screen. I've got a new project here. And I'm going to upload. We need to upload, let me show you here. We need to upload these pieces. Okay, so the white piece here and the purple piece. Okay, and actually, you know what? We actually created a blank version of this purple piece here that says anniversary because we knew that you may want to customize it. Okay, so let me open those two files up. I think I actually already opened, I already cut out the white piece. I have it right here, but let's go through here. These are all of our files. And let's see, let me find, there it is. Okay, so there's that, and there's that. We're going to add those to our canvas. Okay, and now obviously we only need these two pieces. So a quick way to isolate these is to highlight one of the pieces here and click Contour. Okay, and this contour window is going to come up, and you can easily go in and just turn off the pieces that you don't want by clicking on them. Okay, so you can see how this one is a lighter gray and this one's like a darker gray. That means this one's turned off. You can kind of see it happening in the background here too. When I click on it, it either appears or disappears. Okay, this is a quick way to isolate things from our files. Okay, so that is the piece that we're actually going to put our little writing on. And I also need to isolate this. So I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to click Contour, and I'm going to get rid of, you can actually just click on it here. I'm getting rid of that piece, and this is a little sizing node. We're going to get rid of that too. You can zoom out so we can see what we're doing here. That's a tiny little sizing node, and I'm not going to get into what that is, but you do want to turn that off and just keep this piece. Okay, so we've got the two pieces that we need. This is just the white piece. It's this piece here, this guy right here. Okay, that's what we're going to put the new overlay on top of. Okay, so let's go back to this. And now we've already installed the font. The font is ready to go, okay? So first things first, you want to make sure that your font is installed. Again, that is just one that I found. There's a ton of stencil fonts out there. Maybe not all of them are great for cutting machines, so there might be some trial and error. But anyway, they're out there, and many of them are free, especially if you're doing this for personal use. Okay, so this is the piece that we're interested in here. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit because I want to be able to see this better. Okay, and I'm going to grab my text tool, and I'm just going to write happy birthday. And now what you need to do is go under font, and I'm going to go under my system font. Okay, system means those are the fonts that are on your computer. These are the fonts under Cricut are the ones that they have on their cloud. Some of them are free, most of them you have to pay for. These are the system fonts, the ones that are installed on your computer. Okay, you know what, let me just pause right there and take a look at the comments and see if there are any questions, because I want to make sure that everyone's on the same page here. By the way, thank you guys for joining me. I'm excited to be here today. Let's see, maybe, yeah, insert a picture of the birthday person for sure. You could actually, that's a great idea for another video. I love that. Let's see. I'm spinning with ideas for that wheel. Kids' chores for me. Yeah, we were actually thinking about doing that for our kids. I bought a roll of those tickets that you would get at like a carnival, and we give those out when they do, you know, when they behave or when they clean up or whatever. And I'm thinking that, you know, maybe 3 tickets for a spin of the wheel or something like that. That could be cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing any questions here, so I'm going to keep on cruising here. Let me go over to my design space. Okay, so anyway, we're going to select the font from System, and I'm just going to type in Stencil into the search because I know it's called Stencil Love. There it is. Okay, so that should convert it into my new font, and you can see how it's cut up here. So I don't have to worry about you know, doing any little paper piecing. This is all going to cut out perfectly. Okay, so now we're going to take this and make it a little bit smaller and just pop it right on there and we're done. Just kidding. Now, this is, I think, a fairly new feature in Design Space. There's a curve option. So we're going to click the curve option. We have to make sure that we have this selected. Okay, so the actual caption or the text is selected. And we're going to click on curve. And we're just going to move this little guy here until it looks like it fits. Okay, so that curve looks good. Obviously that's too big, so we're going to take and shrink it just a tiny bit until it fits. It's still maybe a little too big. There we go. Okay, I'm going to pop that right in the center, and I can just mess around with this guy here a little bit just to make sure that I'm happy with how it looks, and I think that's good. Let's see. Yeah, I could probably make it a little smaller, but I'm just going to go with it. You can play with it however you want to make it look however you want. Now, what we want to do is we actually need to get this to cut out of that piece. So we're going to take and click and drag a box around both of these items so it selects both of them. Okay, so both of them are now selected, and we're going to click this little button down here labeled Slice on the bottom right-hand corner. So when you hit Slice, it does some magic and it just kind of blinked, but now you'll notice if we take and move this stuff out of the way, this piece is now, this is the piece that we were looking for, and it has the words cut out of it. Okay, you can get rid of these. We don't need these anymore. And this one I already cut out. Okay, so that is that. And now we're literally just ready to make it. So I'm going to make it. And you know what, let me see here because I think I lost connectivity to my maker. I did. How's everyone doing? I'm going to go back to the comments here and see. Okay. Sarah says no questions because I explained everything so well. Thank you, Sarah. So what we're going to do, we're going to finish this tutorial, and I'm going to text Mike right now to pull a couple names. I'm going to do 2. We're going to pull 2 names, and we're going to start with some wheel spinning after this is done. I'm going to show you the end result. And then we're going to do another little tutorial in Design Space, very quick, and then we'll finish it off with 3 more spins at the end. What font website do you recommend? You lost me on Slice. Well, the Slice is what we did. Well, those are 2 different things. Font websites, personally, I don't use them very often unless I'm looking for something very specific. I would stay away from font websites that look like there's going to be tons of pop-ups and they make you jump through a bunch of hoops, you know, to download the fonts, because sometimes, you know, they can be, well, I've heard some horror stories about people getting, you know, malware and stuff like that. So be careful on those sites. Yeah, so I can go over that one more time here. Let me do that, because I think someone was confused about the Slice thing, so I can do that again. Let me go back here and I will undo a couple times. Whoops, I think I did too much. What did I do? There we go. Okay, let me go back to this. Okay, so I'm not sure if I did this right when I did the undo, but we have our font here, and we figured out where we want it and how we want it curved. Okay, so these right now are two separate elements. This is the banner that came with your download, and then this is the font that we added using the stencil font. Okay, now to get this word, the happy birthday, cut out of this, we need to put it on top, obviously, and then we're going to take and click and drag a box around the two items and click slice down here on the bottom right. Okay, so now when we click and drag this, we've got our banner with the caption cut out of it. And again, these are just little extra pieces that we don't need right now. Okay, so let me go ahead and cut this out, and Mike has sent me, let's see, we got two people here. This is fun. Nice little graphic there, Mike, thank you. I'm gonna see if I can show you this on the phone, because this is kind of exciting. The first person to get to spin the wheel, Jill. Can you see that? There you go. Jill Dupilka. Jill, we're going to spin the wheel. All right, let's spin this wheel. Let's see what happens here. This is kind of exciting. I don't know how many of you guys play games or, dare I say, play slots. But I always love when I get the bonus. Okay, so let's go ahead. This is for Jill. Jill, we're going to spin the wheel. You are our first wheel spinner. Good luck to you. Here we go. Oh, Jill. Oh, Jill, you won 150 points to Dreaming Tree. So those are as good as money on the website. What you need to do to claim your prize is email us at info at 3dsvg.com to claim your prize. Okay. All right. So Jackie's next. Jackie, you get to spin here. I'll show you. Jackie Allen. Jackie Allen, you got the next spin. Good luck. Here we go. Oh. All right, Jackie, 150 points for you as well. I don't know why I like this so much. This is weird. Congratulations. But again, email info at 3dsvg.com to claim your prize. Okay, so let me finish this up. Mike, if you want to pull the remaining three, you can do that. And I'm going to finish this up. Boy, I'm excited. Ooh, I don't know why. That was fun. I'm kind of digging this. All right, so let me cut this out so I can show you the end result. I was actually very impressed with the detail that the Cricut had cutting this stencil font, because I did test this out beforehand because I didn't want to look like a dope if it didn't work. So let me go ahead and cut this out. And then the next thing I want to talk about is actually, I know that we've had a conversation about having to import each file individually, one at a time, into Design Space. And again, that's not something that we're going to change anytime soon. And I went over that in the previous live as far as why we're not going to do that. It's more or less just to keep things universal, consistent, and reliable. We have no control over what Cricut does in Design Space. And they can literally flip a switch and all of a sudden things become unusable in a certain format. So we're trying to keep things universally consistent, okay? But I'll show you what you can do to make your life easier with our projects in a second. Oh, by the way, I lost a little bit of sleep over this the other day. During one of the last lives, somebody asked me why I always use the cardstock for intricate cuts setting. And I kind of gave a more or less a half-butt answer. And I said just because, but I thought about it. And The reason that I use the cardstock for intricate setting is because, and it might have been with the Cricut Air. There were times, and it could have been my blade, but I don't think it was because I tried a new blade. There were times where it wasn't cutting through the cardstock completely. And I got into the habit of doing cardstock for intricate with more pressure, and ever since then I've never had a problem with it not cutting perfectly, so I just kind of stuck with it. So anyway, that's the explanation. That's the real explanation. So let me just hit start on this thing, and we'll get into the next thing. Hold on, Mike's texting me here. Oh yeah. All right, I've got three more people here. I'm not going to share that just yet. We've got a few more things to go over here. But anyway, while that's cutting out, I'm going to take a moment to show you the project that we're actually going to be demonstrating in Design Space here. So, by the way, if you haven't already, the Top It Off cake toppers right now are currently free with purchase. You get all 4 of these beauties. I'm just going to take this time to run an ad. But yeah, they're really cool. Of course, you get numbers 0 through 9 for all of them, and you know, who doesn't have a cake at least once or twice a year? Of course, we also have a commercial license that costs you $20 flat for the lifetime of your life. So $20 flat. You can use any file on the website, and you know, if you have an Etsy website or whatever, these would probably make really good items for your Etsy shop. But I do want to show you the item that I'm going to be demonstrating here, and it's the gardening box card. That's two releases ago. We did this. It's a really beautiful box card. Fortunately, well, this one was more popular. I think they were both equally popular. But anyway, we're going to be demonstrating how to bring this into Design Space along with a picture so that you can save it, and then the next time around when you go to make it a second time, it's a lot easier. Okay, so obviously you need to add it to your cart, check out, all that good stuff. I actually already have it on my desktop. It's right here. All of our files come in a zip file, so I'm going to double click to unzip it. Okay, so here is the gardening box card, and inside that folder you have the photo of the box card. There's also a menu and then the folder of SVG files. Inside the extras folder is the envelope as well as a solid scoreline version of the project. So for those of you that have a Cricut Maker and you have the score tool and you want to use solid score lines, you can. Okay, so you know what, why don't we do this? Just because I want to spin this wheel again. Let's spin it again. Let me get the next person up here. I don't want to give away all the names, so I'm going to zoom in on this. All right, and again, just so you guys don't think we're cheating or picking anybody on doing favorites or anything. All right, the next spin here, Yvette Williams. Yvette, are you ready? Are you there? Yvette, are you there? All right, let's see what happens here. Yvette, good luck. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I don't know why this is so exciting. All right, here we go. I'm going to give it a good spin. Ready? Here we go. Oh, look at that. We got a winner. Congratulations, Yvette. Oh, yeah. All right. Congrats. Yvette, you need to email info@3dsvg.com to claim your prize. Wow. All right, we got our first grand prize winner. I'm not taking the grand prize off. We'll give 2 more people a chance to win the inks as well. Mike, if you can post the link to the inks that we're giving away, I'll actually bring them up too, and then we'll get into the next tutorial. Let me see here. Let me bring them up real quick. Where are they? Memento inks. There they are. So this is what she won. Okay, and these are great. The grape jelly, lilac posies, the blue, cottage ivy, pretty much all these colors we use almost regularly. I don't know if I use cantaloupe. Sometimes I use dandelion, definitely use pear tart, and cottage ivy. Those are all great. Okay, so congrats. Is she there? Is she live? Hopefully. I am having way too much fun with this wheel. Okay. You know, the Memento and the Versa, I think Versa, I'll have to look at it, but some of them are just dye-based inks, some of them are chalk-based, some of them are pearlescent, so I get them all confused. But anyway, let's go over to Design Space, and let me show you this little tidbit here. Oh, by the way, this is done. Let's show you this. Pardon me, one moment, please. But yeah, so check this out. This came out really nice, actually. The level of detail on that is super awesome. So that cut out, so that's just gonna get glued right on top of that. Okay, so I did happy birthday. There's one little piece that needs to be popped out of here. I need my little poker for that. It's so tiny, but it did cut it. That's why I do love, that's what I love about the Maker, honestly. It's very good with tiny little details like that. So there's that. And like I said, instead of anniversary, you could convert this to a happy birthday very easily. If you're familiar with print and cut, you can do print and cut too. That's fine, whatever. Just wanted to show you that just by using a stencil font, you can customize that very easily. Okay, so let's hop into Design Space again. Let me backtrack just a quick second here because kind of all over the place. We took the gardening box card that I showed you on the website, unzipped it. So we have it unzipped and ready to go. So we're going to pop into Design Space. We're going to click Upload and Upload Image. We're going to browse. We're going to go to the desktop. Here's the gardening box card. We're going to go into the SVG folder. And yeah, there's quite a few here. Okay, so I know that this is kind of a pain in the butt to get these in here, but once we get them in once, you won't have to do it again. Okay, so we'll start at the top here. Let me actually sort these by name, so they're alphabetical. And we'll start with Elements Ash, and open that up, and just hit Upload. Okay, and Upload again. Now we're doing Crawfish. So all I'm doing right now is going down the list of all the files, one at a time. And I know, I get emails, and Mike gets emails saying that, oh, it's just so much work. But I mean, it's really not. You're literally just clicking 3 buttons for each upload. So I get it. You got better things to do. But, it's just part of it right now. And again, I'm not going to succumb to the pressures of everybody because I know it's going to bite me in the butt one day if I do. So we just kind of keep it universal right now because there's going to be other machines out there. I think at this point it might be difficult to compete with Cricut because they've got their IPO now. They're big dogs on the stock market. So I think if anything, they're going to be dominating for quite some time. So all I'm doing right now, I know I'm going fast, but I'm uploading the image, browse, and just going down the row, doing one at a time, and hitting upload. And you can see them all kind of stacking up there. I've got 3 left, and that didn't take more than a few moments here. Okay, and I'll slow down here and actually explain what I'm doing. Okay, so again, we're going to upload. Let's pretend we're on the canvas. We're going to go to upload, upload image, browse. And when we hit browse, what's happening is Design Space is bringing up a dialog box asking you, well, what are we looking for? What do you want to upload? That's what this box is. Okay, the browse box gives you the opportunity to tell Design Space what you want to upload. Now, I already uploaded that one, so I'm going to cancel that. I have 1 left. Okay, and that's this white panel. So now I have all of them imported. Now, one other tidbit too, if you, depending on which format you want, if you want the version with solid score lines, then you only need to upload the version in the extras folder. If you don't have a maker and you don't have the solid score wheel, then you don't want to upload the one in the extras folder. You want to upload the one in the main SVG folder. I'll show you here in a second. Okay, so again, right now we're in the main SVG folder, and these are the standard perforated score versions. Inside the extras folder is a complete copy of this exact card, every single file. I'll show you here. There it is. Every single file is exactly the same, with the exception of the fact that it says SS underscore at the beginning. SS meaning solid score line. Okay, so I've got everything uploaded already. Let me go back. Next thing we want to do, I'm going to view all, is we need to bring in all the files for this card. Okay, so we're just taking and clicking each one, and you can tell that it's selected because it has a green highlight around it. And then we're going to add it to the canvas. Okay. So we'll give that a few seconds to load. And why don't we do another spin? Who's next? Okay, here we go. I'm going to spin the wheel again. Okay, our next lucky dreamer is Diane. Oh boy, I'm going to butcher this. Wachter. Yeah, it's got to be Wachter. It can't be Watchter. Diane, are you there with us? Diane, you are spinning the wheel. I'm spinning it for you. Okay. So here we go. All right, Diane, good luck. What do we got? What do we got? I'm afraid to look. Oh, Diane. Diane, 50 points. You get 50 points to the website. Go ahead and email info@3dsvg.com to claim your prize. Okay. By the way, when these lives get more popular, we're going to make that a bigger prize. Okay. Let's go back to Design Space here. I'm almost done with this one, and then we'll do our final spin. Okay, so here are all the files in Design Space. Now, one thing that you can do to make your life easier in the future, under Layers here, you'll notice that every single piece has its own section. Okay, so for example, if I highlight this, this is main stone. And under here, you can see that we have the score marks on a separate layer and the actual cut on a separate layer. So anything that has score marks or anything that has two layers like this, we want to attach that. And I can literally just go down the row here instead of clicking on them here. You could do it either way. I can select it here, and you can see that it's highlighted here. These are the score marks, so we know we need to attach it. So I'll hit attach. And the reason we need to attach it is so that the score marks stay with the actual cut. Okay, so let me grab this one here. This one has score marks on it. I need to hit attach, and then I'll move it over here. This one, when I highlight it, you can see it right there, and there's no, it's just one layer, so there's no score marks there, nothing to attach. Same with this one. There's no score marks. Uh-oh. Oh, my thing just crashed. Are we still live? Are we still live? My iPad, the app that I use to run the live stuff, just crashed. Are we still there? Can you guys, hello? Oh, okay. I guess we're fine. All right, anyway. All right, so going down the row here, this one here, you can see in the layers that there's only one layer. And obviously, visually, we don't see any score marks on there, so we're good on that. This guy here, this one does have some markers, so we need to attach that. And basically, like I said, you're just going to go down the row and attach anything that has score marks. This one does too. Okay, let me see what happened here. Hold on. Okay, still live. Good. Anyway, I'm not going to bore you with this, but now we can go up here and hit save. And I'm going to call this the garden box card. And then just because, I'll put Dreaming Tree on there so you know it's a Dreaming Tree project. I'll hit save, and I'm just going to keep it on the cloud and hit apply. So now, if we go under projects and click this drop down under all categories and go to my projects, you will see the garden box card. Now, this does not look as pretty as this. So what you can do is you can click these three little buttons here and edit project details. And right here, there's a little plus sign. Click on the plus sign and hit the desktop or wherever your download is. I'm going to go into the gardening box card, and there's the photo. The photo is a JPEG. I'm going to select the photo and hit open. And instead of seeing the mat, it puts the photo there. And then I'll hit save. And I don't need to customize it. Let me just close it so you can see how beautiful that looks. Okay, so the next time, let me just create a new project. Let's go into projects and then my projects. And if we click this and we hit customize, it'll bring everything up on the mat, all loaded. And if you've already attached everything, then all you need to do is hit bake it and you're ready to go. Okay, so yes, I know that you have to upload the files individually, and for some projects it's not a big deal because there's maybe 4 or 5 files. Some of the ones that are more involved, yeah, there's a lot more. But again, we cannot create files specifically for Design Space. We can only make them SVGs because that's what's compatible. So that's where we're at. But anyway, hopefully that makes sense. Let me head over to the comments here and see what people are saying. Okay. Great tip for photo projects. Yeah, see, I figured I'd go over it. And here's another thing too. Here's what you can expect from these lives. I'm not gonna like overdo it on the information. I want to have a concise, specific thing that I want to teach and really take my time doing it. I especially want to teach things that I think are valuable and will save you time. So you're not going to get 10 million things during a live. I'll maybe go over 2 or 3 things, but I'll do it in detail and go over it a few times to make sure you understand. Okay, so anyway, I've got one more person now that needs to spin this wheel. And I think we're going to announce that name. I'm just looking at the comments. And yeah, see, a lot of you didn't know about that, so that's cool. I'm glad that I can help you guys with that. It's just nice to be organized. I won't even get into it. I'm just laughing because I did some organizing last night, and my girlfriend thinks I'm crazy. But all right, so last one, and then we're gonna say goodbye. Guys, you definitely, if you're just joining us, make sure you hit that subscribe button over there, or on our channel. The ultimate goal here is to hit 100,000 subscribers. When we do that, we're gonna give away something big. Not sure what we're gonna give away next time, but it'll be kind of cool. So, all right, last person here. Hopefully she's watching. There we go. All right, final spin goes to and is awarded to Bethany Barber Wentworth. Bethany Barber Wentworth. So we're going to spin the wheel here in just a second. And again, for those of you that are just joining us, we're going to be doing these lives where we're going to spin for prizes. And to enter, you need to find us on Facebook, because that's where you're going to type in the hashtags. Okay. Let me see here. 1 second. We'll do our last spin in just a moment. Okay. Hold on. There we go. All right. Is she there? Okay, Bethany Barber Wentworth. Here we go. We're spinning for you. Here we go. Oh! All right, that's okay. That's still fun. Bethany, you won 150 points to the Dreaming Tree website. Please email, oh, that was so close. Please email info@3dsvg.com to claim your prize. So I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. I had a lot of fun with this. I don't know why. I knew I would. I'm glad I spent the time putting this together. Like I said, I just got this on Amazon and just totally customized it with cutouts, and I just like it. And you know what? I'd much rather give you guys, you know, free stuff on the website. Who's calling me? I would much rather give you guys free stuff on the website than, you know, because this does help us reach more people having these lives. So I'd much rather give away some points or some inks instead of, you know, spending a ton of money and, you know, giving it to Mark Zuckerberg. I'll tell you that. So anyway, definitely, if you have some suggestions for what you want to see in future lives, feel free to post comments in our group, on our Facebook wall, wherever. You can email us, use the contact form on our website, whatever you want to do. But yeah, and don't forget 3dsvg.com. The Top It Off cake toppers right now are free with purchase of $6.99, or I'm sorry, $9.98 or more. So you buy 2 bundles, get one free. And we have this free guy here. We just released this the other day, this little cupcake topper. Let me show you guys in case you missed it, because I feel like some of you don't know. On our website here, 3dsvg.com, under free SVG files, you can see the latest one there. It's a unicorn cupcake topper, and there are 167 other free SVG files for you. So I guess I could take a few questions if you guys have any questions. When is the next live? Barbara, I think I'm going to do another one tomorrow. So I didn't do any last week because we had a new product release, and when there's a new product release, I'm running around like crazy getting props for the staging. I had to order cakes, I had to pick up cakes, you know, then I have to film and shoot the photos and do all that stuff in the editing, so I don't have a lot of time to do those. What's under the yellow section? Under here, it's just an orange, it's a piece that I didn't fill in. This I actually pop dotted so I can take it off and replace it with something else. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing any more questions. So time will probably be around the same time tomorrow. I'd anticipate about 1 p.m. roughly. Gisette asks, which printer do you use for print and cut? You can actually see it behind me. It's an Epson. I will, what is it? It's a Epson ET2760. Okay, I don't think they make that one anymore, but anyway. Rachel asks, how do the points work? So the points are added to your account. They're basically as good as cash on the website. When you check out, there's an option to pay with points. You just click the little button, and that will take and apply the points. Yeah, while you're here, hit that subscribe button, do a thumbs up. Topic of next live, Robin, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. I'm going to think about that today. It's always going to be a surprise. Okay, all right, I'm going to sign off here. Love you guys, and I will see you 1 p.m. That would be Central Time. Yep, love ya. See you soon. Welcome to the magical world of Dreaming Tree. Premium 3D SVG files for your Cricut, Silhouette, Scan and Cut, and other SVG compatible cutting machines. From pop-up cards to boxes, Christmas centerpieces to Halloween frights, our premium content is sure to delight crafters of all ages. Make the most realistic 3D flowers, wedding cakes, handbags, wall decor, Thanksgiving and birthday centerpieces, teacher gifts, and more. Visit our site, 3dsvg.com, and get started today with one of our completely free SVG projects. We've got over 150 to choose from, complete with assembly tutorials and supply lists
so you know exactly what color and how many sheets of paper you'll need. We also provide email, text, and phone support in case you need help with anything big or small. Our customer service and products get rave reviews, and we've got the testimonials to prove it. Dreaming Tree is rated 5 stars on Facebook and Google Reviews. Visit 3dsvg.com today. We look forward to crafting with you soon.